Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart, and we'll start by mapping out the current range. This is the overall range. Of course, we're noting that this is the consolidation from August, but on a little more local level, we know that this has been more bearish as it comes back down at the discount, making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And then we know buyers step back in, made this double bottom, and broke structure to the upside, broke fractal structure to the upside. There's liquidity sitting over these highs, but price technically came back into this area of consolidation, and it reacted from there. Seller stepped back up from this area of consolidation, as you can see, and now we're dealing with more consolidation, but possibly could be making a higher low from these lows from this internal 4-hour structure. But we see the seller step back in, started pushing prices back down, didn't get all of this liquidity under these lows. This is another area, mini area of like demand, and let's see if price can continue to push up, possibly target the high that was formed and continue to take out this resistance area and these highs, the liquidity sitting over these highs. But overall, swing structure is bullish. Just have to be careful to see if this could possibly be a higher low from these lows. But like I said, more locally, although it did break structure to the upside, broke fractal structure to the upside, kind of got out of this area that was pushing price down, this area of the supply that was pushing prices down, got past that area. Now we're looking for any decision to be made on price, and just be aware of what the DXY is doing. GBP USD, let's go and map out the current range. And with this being the lower high from these highs, lower high, lower low, lower highs, lower lows. Of course, overall swing structure bearish, but you do have to look just like with Euro USD at the overall structure. It says basically just continuing to be in a consolidation pattern, with this being resistance, with this being support, and price kind of is flirted with that and then came back into this whole area of consolidation. Just remember, overall this could just be a higher low from these lows, but we look at locally this 4-hour chart, bearish like I said, lower highs, lower lows, and we see prices come back, broke structure to the upside just like with Euro, came back in. There's liquidity sitting over these highs, and price right now is consolidating in this area, which is also just like with Euro, back into this area of consolidation, waiting to see if price can make a decision on whether it can form a higher low from these lows from this point on and continue to take out this lower high that was formed of this for the structure. If it does, then I'll be looking to take any type of buying opportunity once it does pull back and once I see momentum shift in that direction. But like I said, overall swing structure is still bearish. If it does continue to push down, break fractal structure to the downside and pick up momentum, I'll be looking for a selling opportunity and expecting it to target the lows of this range. And then we briefly look at the dollar index. We know this has been pulling back, but overall it was bearish, and then it swept to these lows. I think that the bull stepped back in and started making internally bullish structure. Continued to push up to the upside, and then over the course of last week started to break structure to the downside, broke fractal structure lower, got out of this area of demand that was pushing prices higher. But then we have come back down. Sellers are pushing prices back down, and I'm saying to look out for any type of area of demand when structure was formed, pushing prices up, and it did. Price just did react from there, or basically hovering around in that same area of demand that had pushed prices higher and broke structure, broke these highs. Was this area, this sell before the buy. So we're just looking to see if that momentum could pick up from this area. Doesn't look like any type of impulses coming out of this area right now, but we're waiting to see if price can make a decision to see if the dollar gets stronger or if it can continue to push down, and this can possibly be a lower high from these highs and continue to push lower because there is liquidity sitting on these lows. So waiting to see if momentum can pick up in that direction. AUD USD, let's go and map out the current range. And I any local range here. If this continues to break structures to the downside, but we do see overall this could, just like with the other US dollar pairs, this could be forming a lower, higher low from these lows. But overall, AUD USD is no longer considered a trading market. It started to trend back here back in September. Of course, it broke past these highs, but this was the consolidation that it had previously been in, and now it's currently in that consolidation back into this area. With this being resistance, with this being all support, and it's just been reacting from there. And as you can see, continue making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Now possibly forming a double bottom, but we're looking for any type of momentum to pick up and get past these areas of supply that will continue to push prices down, which it hasn't been able to get past. Looking for any type of retracement back into premium. We're going to see if there's any type of impulse back toward the upside, take out some liquidity before pushing back down, but it could just continue from here. But right now, I wouldn't look for, not seeing any opportunity for any buying or selling. It doesn't look like once these sellers step back in, it doesn't look like it took out this low. It doesn't look like the price is able to take out these highs. So it looks like it's even more consolidation in this area. Waiting to see if any type of momentum could pick up. But overall, this isn't trending. It's just with this range, I would say it is bearish locally on the 4-hour level, but more recently consolidation, and overall it's just consolidating sideways. NZD USD, let's go map out the current range. Even though this continues to break the structure, we're going to make this the high of this range. But you can see that it's the lower high from these highs. This was back when that news was released about the New Zealand economy. Of course, it's been bearish ever since, making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and of course continue to break structures to the downside. And now when buyers do step back up, it's really just choppy, no real impulse. These were impulsive moves down, so still NZD USD just bearish. Looking for any opportunity to sell back down to these lows, expecting it to take out some of this liquidity sitting over these highs first. Looks like it took some, but still just corrective. It looks like it is a bear flag, just corrective. Expecting any type of impulse back down to take up the lows of this range. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining us.